Alright, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a little race line analysis with the Nemesis race line analysis tool in Velocidrone. I'm going to go over these two runs of mine. One of them was a 97.558. The faster one, the one on the right, was a 97.18. So analyzing the difference between about a 0.4 second run here over 3 laps. So left drone is the slower time, right drone is faster time. Basically, to get into this menu, you need to go into Nemesis mode, and you can either race another pilot and you can see their line immediately, but you have to set a fastest 3-lap time for yourself in order to get this tool to pop up. So what we'll do, once you set a time, you'll see your name pop up under whoever's ghost you're racing in Nemesis. I'll show you how to do that at the end of this video, because I don't want this to reset, but basically what we do is we drag this arrow and we can start tracking the 2 drones. As we get into the first gate here, this is the VRL Season 11 Pro Spec, MultiGP Pro Spec Cup track that we're racing this weekend. Environment designed by Boner, and collaborated with him on the track design here. So again, my faster run, you can see I'm starting to cut on the inside a little bit here through the first gate, but pretty much the same line here. Not too much difference. I'm a little lower over gate 2 here. And then as we move into the split S gate, tricky part of the track, I keep a little bit to the right, as you can see, and then I take a higher line into the split S. That allows me to exit tighter. So you can see the tighter exit here. Let's see if we can wrap around. See that inside line, how much tighter I'm hugging that pylon? That's from that high right-hand dive. You can see the 2 colors here on the left above you, top left of the screen. The green line, a little bit higher and more on the inside of the dive. The faster line, a little bit lower on the outside of the dive. That allowed me to take a shorter distance traveled there. Wrap these 2 pylons here. And then I actually swing out a little bit wide here on the faster line in order to keep on momentum as we go into the first arch here. This is a really tricky part of the track where you want to take actually the wide line here as being faster, so you don't use too much roll here and lose too much momentum. So we're seeing that the faster line is a little bit outside of the slower line here as we go through the first arch, and that allows me to cut in tighter on the second arch. So you see that I take the wide on the first turn. This applies to a lot of gate elements you're going to fly with Pro Spec. You want to enter a little wider so you can exit tighter. So that's that displayed there. Faster line on the inside here. So outside on the entrance, inside on the exit. Let's move into the next gate. We're starting to set up for the split S here. Not much variance here. So we move along. And we're going to hit the dive gate here. Pretty much the same line there. Not too much change, a little tighter on the fast line. Actually, yeah, quite a bit tighter, but the height altitude of the entrance is pretty similar. You definitely want to enter these dive gates a little higher than you would on an open class, just so you can keep your momentum on the exit. And then here we got a very tight switchback section. Pretty much identical there, but you'll see I cut that tighter on the faster line, and that allows me to exit wider. So instead of entering wide on the slow line and exiting tight, we're going to enter tight, exit wide. And that's going to pop me up here. Let's see here. So the yellow, it's hard to tell, but the yellow is the outside, so I'm wider. Remember, they took that exit wide. Enter tight, exit wide. And then we're gonna keep the momentum here. We're gonna swing out wide here, wide and high. So see how the green line enters tighter but exits wider. The yellow line enters wider but exits tighter. Then we come around to another little switchback section here. You want to stay high into this gate, keep your momentum down, use that gravity to keep your speed up. Nothing too different here. The yellow line's a little bit lower in altitude. Coming to the ladder wrap here. This is just how tight can you take it. And then we come down into the little carousel down here. Faster line's a little bit lower. And I'm going to exit a little wider. So you see that? Exit just a little wider. Green line tries to take it too tight, and then I lose some momentum there. Fast line is the one blinking. And then we move into this tricky element here as we pop up right out of the exit. Faster run was much tighter there. There's a slower line. It doesn't seem like much, but it's enough. And then here's another section where you can really save some time, taking it through the skeleton. Hug that inner line here. So I'm entering narrow into this next gate, and then exiting wide. You see the slower line, I entered it wide and exited tight. So fast line, slow line, fast line. And that's the run. So let's watch this at full speed here now. So go to the track leaderboard, and we'll go to view. And then we'll just move next display. Nice and wide there. Don't try to take it too tight on that high gate. And this is just how quick can you move those sticks. Actually had some bobbles on this run. Surprised it was my PB, but I did nail some other sections. So here we go. Into the split S. Hug the right side of that dive split S and then exit out tight left. Pretty good split S there, nice and tight here. Quick snap back up left, wide here, wide and high. And that's going to line you up for the nice drop into that dive gate there. Not the dive gate, but the backwards gate. You can see I have a few bobbles here, so you can probably shave off a little more time. Got recharge gate, tight upper right corner. Hug that tight, take a little wide here, and then inside. Clean, nice and wide, up high. Gravity pull you down into that chicane, and then just wrap the ladder as tight as you can. Another big mistake there. That was probably about 0.2 seconds. And then skip that recharge gate on the finish line. Alright, so here's a quick guide on how to get to this race line analysis tool. We're going to go into Nemesis mode. First, you want to select the proper drone. In this case, we're using the MultiGP Pro Spec. Go to Nemesis, select your quad, choose your track. For this one, we're going to do the VRL 11 Pro Spec Cup. Let fly. And then we're going to go to the track leaderboard. And you can pick anyone you want to race against. So if you have a pilot who you race against often and you're equal skill level, I'd recommend doing that versus, and then kind of work your way up the leaderboard. So if you're like P10, like T-Bell, maybe you want to race, someone with a 99, like Nemo Mad, shave off a couple seconds versus going for that 96 and try to shave off 4 seconds. So we'll go to race on West SFPV. And then we can see this line and my line. Cool. So yeah, it'll pull up your fastest time on the leaderboard. So that's how you can do that. So I misspoken. You can actually pull up your Nemesis data from your TQ time and analyze it that way. And then you can also actually race. So we'll go to analyze, and we can turn these trails on, and you can race with these lines on, which is kind of cool. And show you guys. So if you're a newer pilot, this is pretty useful because you can fly around and try to follow. Here, I'll put one line on just for this confusion. Let's see. So yeah, basically it's like a track line trainer, so you can follow this line as best you can, and that'll kind of show you the fastest way to go on the track. It's a good thing to do when you're warming up, trying to learn a track. Actually, is just use this race line tool, so you don't have to guess where to go, and then just kind of grind that out until you figure it out, until you feel like you have that line down, and then you definitely want to turn that off eventually. So it can get kind of distracting, but yeah, it's a pretty useful tool for all skill levels actually. Alright, so that is the Nemesis race line tool on Velocidrone.